So the Reggio Emilia approach is a certain philosophy towards the way we present educational programs for young children. It actually comes from a city in Italy called Reggio Emilia, and it was developed by Loris Malguzzi with a set of families. And it was developed actually post-World War II. There were lots of sections throughout Italy that were interested in creating a new society. They really wanted to prevent the kind of atrocities that took place during World War II. And one of the ways they knew they could do that was focusing on education systems. So Loris Malguzzi, with this set of families, developed a set of early childhood centers to serve infants and toddlers and preschoolers in connection with their families, and really developed an educational approach that respects children. So the Reggio Emilia approach is really about being co-constructors of knowledge, building activities together, completing projects together. The idea that children are capable of following one idea for an extended period of time. In other educational contexts or historically, we thought we had to entertain children or they could only sustain their attention for a little piece of time. But really, the work in Reggio Emilia has shown us that if we give children interesting opportunities that are based on things that they naturally want to explore, they can follow one idea over weeks, months, even a year. One of their most famous projects actually was the development of an amusement park for the birds. And so together with the teachers and the families, the children constructed this elaborate set of activities for the birds to engage in their playground. And they did this from start to finish. It involves lots of things around executive functioning and planning. They had to come together to say, what do we want to create? What materials do we need? Who do we need to partner with in our community who can help us get these materials and build it? What skills did they need to work on to measure things out, to label them? Language and literacy and math are all embedded in that experience. And then they were able to create this incredible amusement park for the birds, which actually has become world famous for other early childhood educators. So I would say the central tenets of the Reggio Emilia approach are that, first of all, really asking teachers and educators to reflect on their image of children. One of the things that I think is really important about the way Reggio Emilia has influenced the field as a whole is that it asks us to consider what are our beliefs about young children, because that influences the kinds of activities and environments that we create for them. So if we think young children are capable and competent, are strong and have ideas, then we're going to approach them differently. We're going to create experiences where they're active learners, as opposed to if we think they're blank slates, then we're going to just sort of fill their heads with the knowledge we think they should have. So I would say really asking educators to think about our image of children. I would say another key principle for Reggio Emilia approach is thinking about the importance of the environment. They actually call the environment the third teacher, recognizing children's families as their first teacher and teachers as second teacher. The environment really plays that third main central role. And asking teachers to reflect on how do they set up this space so that children can operate autonomously, they can make some independent choices in it. How do you set up the environment to invite the sorts of behaviors that you want? So you can set up your environment in a way that engages children in pro-social behaviors, in expanding their knowledge, as opposed to trying to control all their movements. So I would say that's one of the ways it's sort of influenced the field broadly. And then lastly, I would say the other main thing is recognizing that children can follow their ideas over a period of time. So using documentation, so taking lots of opportunities to write down what children are saying, to take pictures, even videos of what they're working on, that they can return to those and expand on those experiences and those pieces of knowledge. That provides a vehicle for them to follow a particular concept or idea over time. So I think the Reggio Emilia approach really helps us create environments that are engaging and educational opportunities that are engaging for children and can minimize disruptive behavior and allows children to sort of fulfill their full potential. I would say sometimes I think the Reggio Emilia approach gets a slightly bad rap. People interpret it as a curriculum and just say that they want to transplant this idea that's happening in Italy right over to the United States or other countries such as Sweden who have tried this approach. I would say I think we can learn from what's happening there and employ some of the major tenets without feeling the need to directly replicate it. The truth is, our culture is not the same as what's happening within Italy. We need to understand the cultural context of whatever early childhood program you're working in. But I think it does challenge us to really think about what our children's interests and how we might utilize that as a basis for the kinds of opportunities and experiences we provide them. And I think it pushes us to think critically about being co-learners with children. I think children are much more likely to be excited and engaged and want to participate in school if they know their educator feels that way too. And I think the Reggio Emilia approach really pushes us to also be explorers, to also be curious, and to approach education in a way that you want to continue to learn, to model that sort of thirst or knowledge for learning.